What's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about softball, men's softball, and I want to talk about girls softball, 12U and up, 12U and up. So I'm currently living in Pennsylvania, and I'm going to return to Florida sometime before April. If the opportunity is right before April, doesn't if the opportunity doesn't rise before April, I will definitely move probably a month before April. But I've been playing softball for years, a very long time. And in the men's softball world, I'm pretty well known. I'm a left-handed pitcher. I'm a knuckleball specialist. It's my go-to pitch. It's what I throw. And these past few seasons, these past few years, I've been slowly transitioning to umping, and I enjoy it so much. I can umpire a softball game by myself, as many other guys have, but only a few are really active. Only a few can actually handle the pressure of umpiring a softball game by yourself, because umpiring a softball game, especially a men's softball game, it's not easy. It's not easy. I call umpiring a men's softball game daddy daycare. And it's definitely not something that's easy, especially if you're umping a game where everyone knows you, or you've played with that team some time ago, or maybe in a different league on a different day, and everyone knows it. So when they get a call that benefits them, and it's not a call that you're giving them because you know them and because you play with them, everyone automatically assumes they're getting the calls, they're getting the benefit of the doubt because you are their guy and you play with them. So, for the future games, we don't want you umping games that we play against them, or you shouldn't ump games that are their games. There's always something that has to be said about umpiring. But overall, even though it's a lot of pressure, I love it. I absolutely love umpiring, and it's the next step that I want to take in my softball life. It's kind of like you look at Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is just one of the all-time greats, and when he retired, he moved into the booth. He moved into commentating and moved in and just took a mic. And he's always been a great actor as well. So, there's always something else that you want to do that's related to the game. And, that's exactly what I want to do moving forward. I'm still going to play, but I'm going to do more. I'm going to do more umpiring for sure. Currently, like I said, I'm currently living in Pennsylvania. We're looking to move back before April. And I'm just going to jump right back on the horse. Good thing is that I've already created a community already, and I've already created a name for myself. So I could just jump back in with no heartbeats skipped. I've done 100 plus games, 12U or better. We're going to go to I'm not really going to touch base too much on the men's side, but I've done tons of games for 12U or better. And I've seen a lot as far as umpires go. And I don't agree with a lot of the approaches that a lot of these umpires come in with. When you come into these situations, no matter what level the game is, age-wise, no matter what type of game is being played, whether it's a regular game, a tournament game, a championship game, no matter what it is, there's pressure from coaches and there's pressure from parents. You deal with pressure from players, but it's not like it's like player 1 through 9 that's just giving you a hard time and the bench is riding you. That's more in boys baseball. That's more on that side. You'll get pressure from everybody. So there'll be a different level of pressure from coaches, parents, and players. But on the girls softball side, I've learned that first and foremost, you have to deal with the parents. The parents are heavily invested. You would think that the parents are playing. But my point is that I want to make is I did 100 plus games, and I probably had one issue with a parent, and it was over the strike zone. A lot of times the organization tells the umpires, you don't want to talk to parents, you don't want to get involved with parents, because then the other parents think that you're on their side and they're not getting the calls, and he's friends with Jim and Jackie from there, and that's why we're not getting the calls. But my main goal is to involve everybody. That's my main goal. At the end of the day, we're not the ones who are trying to become better to further our softball future. It's for the kids. It's for the kids. So that's the first thought that I go in with. A habit that I do have is I always have this habit of I'm still in coach mode. I love coaching as well. So I'm in coach mode. So a lot of times I'll see something, I'll say something. But I've built a reputation to where coaches are like, they know when I'm talking to a player, they know that okay, that's a lesson kind of thing that he's talking to them or whatever. It's something that I do want to shy away from. Very hard to, because I'm always in teaching mode. Love to teach the game to these young women and young men as well when I'm doing baseball, but I mostly do softball. And out of these 100 games, when I had this issue with this one parent, in between innings, I said, look, listen, I know from your angle it looks like a strike. I have the best seat in the house. So I'm sitting right on top of the strike zone. I can go an inch or two off the plate, but I can't go a full ball and a half worth off the plate. That's an outside pitch. It's a good pitch. Those pitches, my slogan is, that's between the pitcher and the batter. If the batter doesn't swing, good eye. If the pitcher gets the batter to swing, the good pitch. So that's a battle that doesn't have anything to do with me. And I try to talk to both sides. I converse with people on each side. I converse with coaches. I converse with players. I converse with parents, fans. Before the game, I always loosen everybody up. Before the game, I talk to people on each side, and I say, hey, look, listen, you've got 2 yells, 2 free yells. You can yell at me twice for free. But the third yell and on, it's $5 a yell. So if I screw up, you're allowed to yell at me as much as you want 2 times. If I screw up a third time, then you gotta start paying me. You gotta start paying for $5 a yell. And that loosens everybody up. That loosens people up and says, oh, wow, this is a different type of umpire. A lot of umpires come in, they're like the president of the United States, they're the robots, and they're ready to kick people out. I saw somebody get kicked out because he said shit under his breath. And it was a close play at the plate, and he said shit. And the umpire heard him and kicked him out. And in these tournaments, like, you literally have to leave the park, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, especially when you're paying so much to be there. Not to be there for the game, but you're paying for bats, you're paying for uniforms, you're paying for cleats, you're paying for umpire fees, you're paying for league fees, tournament fees, and all these. You're paying to get to the park. All these, everything. Parents are so invested. They wake up at 5 a.m. to get to the park at 7. I mean, the investment is it's through the roof. So I try to consider that part of the game, because I never want to throw anyone out. I've never come to the park, bring my problems to the park. I never try to act like I'm the boss. I'm the CEO of what's going on. I involve everyone. Everyone gets involved. Everyone is involved. Everyone is getting an explanation of to what happened, what I saw, and it calms everybody down. I never had a problem with anybody. Never had an issue with anybody. Even the most hot-headed parent. It never became an issue with me, and the reason why is because, like I said, I try to involve everybody. I try to talk to everybody. I give equal attention to both sides, and people enjoy that. I've had players come up to me and say, "Wow, you're the best umpire that I've ever had. You're great. Can you ump? Are you going to ump our games moving forward? Can we request you?" I've had players ask for umping requests, and that doesn't happen often. Even parents have given the utmost compliments and has sent it to the organization and said, I'm going to shoot some emails out, and I'm just going to speak very well about you because you're just amazing. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. As much as you want a perfect umpire, you're never going to get a perfect umpire. You'll get a great umpire. You'll get an umpire that knows the game. You'll get an umpire that's on top of things. But, even on the professional level, even with replay, they still miss calls. There has been plays where I'm just like, are you kidding me? You guys have cameras everywhere and you still miss the calls. You guys have replay. You still missed the call. How is that possible? But overall, this is something that I like to do. I can't wait to go back to Florida. I can't wait to jump back into the pool. Can't wait to get going again. And the financial part is great. The financial part is awesome because, it's a side gig. If you like doing it, you can make on a 2-day tournament, you can make anywhere between $7,000 to $1,000 just on 2 days of just, umping, putting up with so many different characters, dealing with a lot of different things. Yes, it does take a toll on your feet. You're standing all day. You do have intermissions, you do have breaks. Depending on who you're running with, what organization, depending on how you're feeling, you can run the gauntlet. You can do games from 8 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. And you can round up anywhere between a good 8 to 12 games for each day. The pay at the plate, I think the pay at the plate went up to $50 a game, which ups the pressure even more because now it's like, hey, we're paying $50 a game, so you guys got to be on top of your effing game. You got to do what you got to do. Don't screw up, and don't be this short fuse umpire. That $10 actually it goes a long way, especially if you have a really good team and you're out there all day and you're not playing for the silver cup, you're playing for the gold cup, and you're just like, you're in it to win it. Overall, can't wait to get back. Can't wait to jump back on the horse. Playing wise, obviously a difference between up north and down south is. Down south, you're playing all year round. We have breaks. When I was living there would be like 2-3 week breaks in between seasons. But it was practically an all year round thing. Up here, up north, obviously you play from April to about late September. It maybe into October, depending on how much setbacks we've had for rain. And then obviously the off season. The off season is all indoors, it's all practice indoors. If you can find an indoor facility that is running games, which there is one in Long Island. Other than that, I did go to one in Jersey, which was fun, but there's nothing like being in the outdoors. There's nothing like being on the field, kicking that dirt around, sliding. Being under the sun. It was tough sometimes. I'm not going to lie to you. Umping it's a tough gig. It's not an easy thing. You want to know the game. But my advice is to somebody who wants to do it, somebody who's interested in doing it, go for it. Just strive to be the best. Go in with a mindset of being patient and have fun doing it.